the executive director of the ARC of Calhoun County, Leah Ortiz, is in studio with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
Nice to see you again.
Yes.
And you've got a new sign out in front of the ARC.
We do. It's very flashy. Very flashy.
It's one of it's one of those LED flashy signs that you can, sit in your office and type on the computer and change what it says.
It'll be much nicer programming it from our computers rather than going out in the weather and the elements and changing letter by letter. So we're very fortunate.
Standing on that OSHA approved stool, huh?
Of course.
Yeah. I know how that goes. Yeah, and then it's windy and a couple of the letters blow away and then you're missing a letter, and so you got to try and take some other letter and turn it upside down and make it work. And yeah.
No more. We don't do that anymore.
Well, that's great. So your events will be scrolling across the big bright sign there in front of the ARC, which is on Riverside Drive, right near Columbia, there across the street from the C-store. And I imagine I could tell you what the big event is that's scrolling on there right now.
I bet. What is it, Tim?
That would be the big annual event and silent auction coming up May 9th.
It totally is, yeah.
Well, this was a great event last year at the Branson Ballroom, and I understand it's going to be bigger and better than ever this year.
Yeah, it amazes me every year, and this will be my 4th year at the ARC, which is, to me, unbelievable, but it amazes me how much more larger scale the event grows, the supporters of the organization grow, and we are so fortunate to be able to have it here in town at McCamley's Branson Ballroom. We occupied 2 of the spaces last year, and we're looking at extending into a 3rd to really encompass the entire ballroom. So we are very fortunate. We're very excited.
You guys are going to be bigger than the Kellogg shareholders meeting before long.
Well, I don't know about that, but it's definitely going to be a great event, great night. We have absolutely spectacular silent auction items as usual. You were there last year. You saw we have a live band. It's going to be a great night of entertainment.
Who's the live band?
John Keck Band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was a cool thing last year, too, that had to do with wine.
Oh, yeah. So we have a wine pull. So you pay for a cork. You come and pick a cork out, whatever meets your fancy. And that cork is tied to a number that is on a bottle of wine. And so you could get a bottle of wine that's anywhere from $10 a bottle all the way up to nearly $100 bottle of wine for $20.
$20, and of course goes to a great cause, the ARC of Calhoun County. So you get a cork. Now, you got all these old spent corks in a box with stuff written on them. Where on earth do you get those old corks?
Oh, well, generous donors have contributed to our cork collection.
I see. Okay. We'll go with that. This is great. Before we get too much further about the event, let's backtrack a little bit and tell us a little bit about what the ARC does for our community.
Absolutely. So we serve individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities as well as their families. So what does that mean is not only are we a service provider for adults with disabilities, but we're also an advocacy organization. So we are the front line advocating for the rights of individuals with disabilities. Too often, are people silenced simply because they have a disability? And we have to remember when we talk about equity, that includes individuals with disabilities. So what we do is we ensure that individuals with disabilities have a voice at the table, that their voice is recognized in the community. 1 in 6 individuals in this community that we live in have a disability. So we need to make sure that we are advocating for the rights of all people.
And in terms of the last year, what are some highlights? What are some things that you can look on and say, hey, that was good?
Oh, absolutely. Well, our educational advocacy program is stronger than ever. We advocate for students with disabilities in the school setting, anywhere from birth to age 26. And that is always impactful because we recognize how important education is in the lives of young people. And, the idea is that they're going to be future taxpayers. So we need to ensure that they have the same educational rights as any other student. So that is definitely something we're going to review at our annual event. This is where we review our annual report. annual reports can be kind of stuffy, and so we try to make it really exciting every year and to showcase all of the great work that we've done. The ARC is involved in public policy advocacy at the Lansing, at the state level, even federal level, is really making sure that bills and things that are impacting people with disabilities that are crossing our legislators' tables, they're really getting the input of their constituents. It's very important. So we are all over the place. When I say we're doing educational advocacy, we're doing public policy advocacy. The local level, we're doing a lot with employment and getting employers to recognize the valuable traits that individuals with disabilities have in the workplace. So anything that could possibly impact a person that might have an intellectual or developmental disability, we are involved. We are right there front lines.
Yeah, I'm thinking about, schools and special need kids, and schools, they have tight budgets and they have a lot of kids to manage and a lot of resources to try to spread, as far as they can. And so I've known in the past families that have seen a lot of pushback when they tried to get their child into a public school setting because they had some disabilities. Is that changing, do you think, or is there still an uphill battle?
It depends on where you're at. We definitely see some districts are doing better than others, are more progressive, which is great. But we have to remember that we have a federal and we have a state law. And the state law is actually a little bit stronger than our federal law with IDEA, which is Individuals with Disabilities Education Act. And it ensures that students, regardless of their disability, have the same freedoms and rights as students without. And so, yes, there is some funding tied to providing those services and accommodations, but this is all accounted for in our budgets. And so we need to make sure that we're utilizing those resources wisely and providing the supports and services to students that need it.
Well, that's good. The law backs it up because if there's anything I know about public school systems these days, is if a lawyer says something, that's what it's going to be. And so, I would anticipate, or I would imagine that things are better than when I was back in school, which was a little while ago. But no, that's a great thing because we're not talking just about education too, but social interaction, I think, too.
Absolutely. I mean, now I'm not an educator, but I'll tell you, yes, learning math and science and social studies, those are all wonderful, great things that we do need to know. It provides a basis for us. But we do all know as humans, we need social interactions. We need social emotional learning. That's how we interact with people. That's how we learn from others. And that's how we operate in the community. That's what makes us productive individuals, honest, productive individuals and humans. And so to provide that interaction, not only for all students, but people with disabilities in an educational setting, along with people without disabilities, is so important.
You talk about jobs. How's the community been in terms of helping with providing some opportunities?
Yeah, we have wonderful partners with the ARC that provide skill building opportunities, local businesses that provide those opportunities. They are stepping up to the plate as far as meeting their hiring needs through diversity and inclusion and making sure that, if I have an opening and I have someone that knows how to do the job, regardless if they have a disability, that I'm hiring them, that they can do the work. We're not making a biased opinion based on what they can or cannot do simply because of a diagnosis. That is just not fair for the person.
The big event coming up a week from Thursday, and you can sign up for it right now. The Ark Calhoun, and we're talking not Noah's Ark with a K, but the half circle arc with a C. thearccalhoun.org/annual-event. Leah Ortiz, the executive director of the ARC of Calhoun County, is with us. Good morning again, and boy, exciting event. 1 week from Thursday, the 9th,
Yes.
at the Branson Ballroom, McCamley Plaza Hotel. It's the annual big event, and tell us what we can expect.
Well, you can expect an evening of pure entertainment. So we'll have live band, we'll have a silent auction. We're going to have a wine pull. We'll have 50-50 drawing, cash drawing. So we'll have a winner that night. And then we're also going to have a cornhole game as well to promote our upcoming cornhole tournament. So we will have some presentations, awards given that we do every year to recognize outstanding community members that participate in diversity and inclusion throughout the community. It's buffet food, wonderful food. So it's just a really great event. If you've never really heard about the Ark or want to learn more about the Ark, this is absolutely the event to come to because you will learn everything about our organization in one evening. It's great.
And when you see how it's growing and how many people are there to support the Ark, it makes you feel good about the community because these are the kind of things we need to do for it to be a strong community.
Absolutely. We talk about, and I mentioned this before, as we talk about equity, this is truly an equitable event where you can support all people. We know that disability crosses all lines, all racial, all economic lines, all gender gaps, everything. So come out, learn more about the people in the community that have disabilities. Don't be afraid. Learn more. They're humans, just like any of us, and support a great organization. We've been around since 1954. We're not going anywhere. We're stronger than ever, and we're excited to have this event next week.
1954, I guess I didn't know that.
Yes.
Man, that's a long time. And we're glad you're still here, Leah. If people want to go, what do they need to do?
They need to purchase a ticket. You can do that online on our website. You can find our website either by going to thearkcalhoun.org or through Facebook. Like us on Facebook, you'll see the event there. That's a super easy way through social media. Give us a call, reserve your ticket. You can always pay it at the door. We just like to know what our RSVP count is to make sure that we have enough food to feed you guys. So just getting your ticket really is, so they are $50 per ticket. For individuals that are members of the organization, there is a discount. And individuals with intellectual or developmental disabilities, we have a discounted ticket at $25. And if you want to learn more that I didn't get to cover today, for sure, stop on by this week. I'll be there getting all the silent auction items ready, or give us a call.
Just look for the flashy new sign right out in front of the Ark on Riverside near Columbia. What's the phone number to call?
Yeah, 966-2575.
966-2575. And the website again is thearkcalhoun.org. And you can get all the information that way. And I also see on the flyer, this is a fragrance-free event.
It absolutely is. And if you do need accommodations as well, please reach out to us at the Ark as well. We can make sure that that happens.
All right. Very good. Leah Ortiz of the Ark. Thanks for joining us today and have a great event.
Thank you.
1 week from Thursday the 9th.